we've got to start. Terry Finnegan lighting them up off the line, and Darren Hossack squeezing through the middle. But it's Malcolm Stenican that got away to a half all right start, but it's Ray Hislop who leads them into the first corner, then Finnegan, then Mark Poole and Hossack.
Good result for Hislop. This is only his second race in the ex-Glen Seton Falcon. Ran for the first time at Phillip Island. Running free of sponsorship, looking for a sponsor this year. And this is a great start for him as he leads the pack. Up the back straight for the first time. Look at them sorting themselves into position. Nose to tail. As this big crocodile chain winds its way up the back straight for the first of 4 laps.
A real quick mover in the pack mark has been John Faulkner. He's come from rear of grid right up to about 5th position. I thought I saw him in there, so he has been a real fast mover. He's right beside his teammate there in Darren Hossack, making an inside move on him, so Faulkner is on the charge.
Maybe some people at home wondering why the fast guys are shuffled back in the field. They draw the starting positions for this Privateers Dash out of a hat on Saturday afternoon, so anyone can end up leading from the front row.
This is going to be interesting. You got two of the quicker privateers right amongst each other, right with each other. There it is, the 38 Scots transport machine of Mark Poole, and right behind him is John Faulkner. Probably the two quickest of the privateer bunch, and they're fighting it out for 3rd and 4th position at the moment. Finnegan still in 2nd, and Ray Hislop still leads the way. 1 lap down, we have got 3 more to go.
Great drive from Hislop. He had engine problem in practice yesterday. The ex-Glen Seton car, he's put the spare engine, the only remaining engine, into this car. Car 23. The ex-Glen Seton racing car, the car, in fact, that came 2nd at Bathurst in 95. Big challenge from Terry Finnegan and the Sony Commodore. Hislop's gone off, and he's knocked that lip off the front of the spoiler. That'll affect his aerodynamic performance of this car, but he's managed to hang on to the lead as they go up the back straight for the second time. Finnegan applying plenty of pressure. Then it's Mark Poole, the Scots Transport Commodore from South Australia.
This is one of the closest privateers battles we've seen, and Terry Finnegan goes for the inside run. He is right alongside Ray Hislop now, and he's got the good run into this next turn. Hislop doesn't back off, though, as they go side by side. Now Finnegan squeezes through. How about that?
That was a real test of nerves. Hislop on the outside, Finnegan pushing him on the inside. They held their ground, and the Sony Commodore came up trumps. He leads them back toward the pit straight once again. Good result now. Hislop, he's gone back to 3rd position. Looks like Mark Poole was able to capitalise on that little move. Let's look at this in the Shell Helix replay. And Hislop coming in a bit too hot into the chicane, goes across the grass, knocks that lip off the front spoiler, manages to hold on to 1st position, but it didn't last for long.
There's Stephen Richards a little further back in the pack. We're halfway there. We've got 2 more to go. Have a look at the Scots Transport Commodore in 2nd, chasing out after Finnegan. That's Mark Poole. Inside move there by John Faulkner, so he goes 1 position better, up into the top 3 now. We've still got plenty of time left.
Well, Poole was the fastest man of the privateers in qualifying. Poole, Faulkner, Ashby, Johnson. That was the order. Oh, big wheel up in the air, and the Sony Commodore in all sorts of trouble. Faulkner sneaks past, and Terry Finnegan, the Sydney sider, in all sorts of trouble. He managed to gather it up, keeps in front of Hislop. So a great scrap here amongst the privateers. But Finnegan now has lost his lead position. Mark Poole, John Faulkner, Terry Finnegan in 3rd, Hislop in 4th. Let's look at that on the Shell replay. Finnegan was leading the race, got the wheels up on the ripple strips. Oh, may have been contact there, I don't know, but he's come into the corner too hot. Runs out of road, has to back off. Poole takes over the lead. Faulkner dives up the inside.
These are the 2 guys that we're having a look at now. Faulkner in 2nd, Poole in the lead. This is going to be a terrific last lap.
Sure will. These are the quick guys of the privateers in 1997. Mark Poole came up trumps at Calder, fastest privateer down there. Best result, then John Faulkner, the top privateer at Phillip Island 2 weeks ago. So these are the gunmen of the privateer bunch this year, and there's a real scrap on here as they come up for the final lap. Mark Poole, our race leader in the Scots Transport Commodore.
You may remember at Phillip Island, Mark was suffering from some sickness. He had a severe stomach bug. He is fine this weekend, as you can see. He's certainly going well. Faulkner won't be happy with 2nd. He won't want to sit there for too much longer, but he's running out of time. Mark Poole, a slight lock up there. Not much further to go. John Faulkner, here he comes.
Well, one last attack as they come back toward Samoko Corner for the final time. Right up behind the Scots Transport Commodore. Faulkner is giving it everything, really muscling the back of the Commodore. He may have a little bit more squirt in the straight line. Cuts up right behind the Scots Transport Commodore. It's a drag race. They come down the pit straight for the final time, but it's going to be Mark Poole from South Australia, just taking it from John Faulkner in the better electrical Fisher & Paykel Commodore. Great scrap from the Commodore privateers.
Let's check the final placings for you on the Shell Helix race score. Mark Poole in for the win ahead of John Faulkner. Terry Finnegan stayed there for third ahead of young Darren Hossack. And David Parsons in for fifth.
Rounding out the 10, Alan McCarthy from Western Australia. Steve Johnson in the Alcare Commodore. Malcolm Steniken in 8th. Peter Lawrence in 9th. And rounding out the 10, Ray Hislop in the X-Men Seaton Falcon.